A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members, and first class cricket and test cricket is back with a bang, especially in India. India playing the first test against Bangladesh at Chattogram, and at the same time the Ranji Trophy is back in India, and it was an action packed day one, and two knocks which were played in that Ranji Trophy will dominate the headlines today. There has also been a freak accident to one England legend. Plus, Messi magic continues to dominate in the FIFA World Cup. One legend's tryst with destiny is already been sealed. The other, unfortunately, has to go back empty-handed. In this action-packed edition of the Morning Wrap with Sports Today, I will present to you all the action from the world of cricket and football. And I begin first with the Ranji Trophy. Sanju Samson. Forever justice for Sanju, forever in the shadows, but in the Ranji Trophy on day one, he made a massive impact. On a pitch at the JSCS Stadium in Ranchi, which was assisting the pace bowlers, Sanju Samson hit an unbelievable 79. You'll just say only 79? That knock included 7 sixes and 4 boundaries. 58 out of the 79 runs that Sanju Samson made ensured that Kerala reached a pretty good position at the end of the day. He shared a very important partnership, and that is why Kerala can be glad that they had the likes of Sanju Samson, because their position at one point in time was really bad. One hopes that Sanju Samson can maintain that consistency. Remember, he always starts brilliantly, but as the series or a tournament progresses, he tends to taper off. One hopes he can overcome this inconsistency, because he's been picked in the squad for the first 2 games for Kerala in the Ranji Trophy. But from Kerala, from Ranchi we rather go to the match between Punjab versus Chandigarh. And on the first day itself, we saw Simran Singh scoring a double century. One of the very few players who scored a double century on the very first day as Punjab dominated Chandigarh. But there is a very important advice given to Simran by Yuvraj Singh. Yuvi Pa just had a phone message to him and he just said, "Stay tuned, stay at the wicket, do not play glory rash shots." Simple sentences that Yuvraj said that Simran had to do it so that he could be an all formats player. Remember, Simran Singh was bought for rupees 4.5 crore for Punjab Kings, but he did not get that much of game time. Wasim Jafar, who was the batting coach at that time, said that Simran has the capability to be an all format player, and he's made a great start in the Ranji Trophy. One hopes that Simran can continue the good run. It's a good start, but he has to sustain it. Yuvraj Singh's message has to be nailed down every single time, because whenever he has that urge to play the glory shot, Yuvraj Singh said, just rotate the strike. But there is some very sad news coming from England. Andrew Flintoff has been airlifted to hospital after suffering a car accident. Flintoff, who was one of the stars in the 2005 Ashes triumph, was apparently filming a section for the very famous car show Top Gear. During the filming of Top Gear, he had an accident and he has been airlifted to hospital. One hopes that it is not so serious, because after cricket, Flintoff has branched out into several avenues. One has been in cricket commentary, he does at the 100. He also tried a career in boxing, and he's also been doing a lot of TV shows, especially radio shows for the BBC. And now for the BBC, he was filming Top Gear. But unfortunately, this accident has stalled his progress, and we'll be hoping that Andrew Flintoff makes a very speedy recovery from it. The reports are unclear as to whether it's a serious accident or it's just a minor bruise. We don't know about it, but we only pray that Andrew Flintoff is safe. The first day of the Big Bash League in Australia saw an exploit from an Indian-born Australian. Gurinder Sandhu, remember the name? He was a star in the 2012 Under-19 World Cup, also played one ODI against India in Melbourne. But in the game against the Melbourne Stars, the Sydney Thunder were boosted thanks to Gurinder Sandhu. 7 runs were needed of 3 balls and he hit a 6. And to top it all off, 1 run was needed of 1 ball, the keeper missed it. And it was a very thrilling start to the Big Bash League in Australia as Gurinder Sandhu's 2 sixes ensured that Sydney Thunder won by 1 wicket off the very last ball. This is a very important Big Bash League because several key players, big players are going to feature in this Big Bash League. And the likes of David Warner and all will all come towards the fag end of January so that he can continue exploiting his T20 options. You saw the baggy green that has been worn with pride, that is worn with plenty of passion. But in the case of Steve Smith, wearing a worn out baggy green really cost him. As you may see in this photo very closely if you observe, Steve Smith, the cap looks all worn and torn, and one asked, why did Steve Smith wear a worn off cap during the presentations in Adelaide? Well, Steve Smith has a response and he said, rats. Yes, apparently, if Steve Smith is to be believed, rats gnawed at the hat of Steve Smith. So, there was a rat problem where he was staying. So, that is, one hopes that Cricket Australia can give Steve Smith a new cap for crying out loud, because the baggy green is something that must be worn with dignity, and wearing a hat with rats gnawing on it is not a pleasant sight indeed. But from the world of cricket, we move to the FIFA World Cup 2022, and yet again at the Lusail Stadium, we saw more Messi magic. I mean, this man at this age is pulling off feats which are simply remarkable. And if you have to look at it, Argentina simply are on the cusp of glory thanks to Lionel Messi. The way how he set up that third goal and the way how he ripped apart the Croatian defense is a testament to this man's genius at this point in time. He is playing with a level of aggression and adrenaline where no one else has ever seen. And Argentina are probably going to benefit the most from this. And because of Lionel Messi, the penalty that he took plus the assist that he gave to Julian Alvarez, Argentina have made it to the finals of the FIFA World Cup 2022 after 8 years. 2014, Germany took on Argentina in the final and Mario Götze denied Messi his chance to become the greatest of all time. In 2018, who will Argentina encounter? Because France versus Morocco, and the winner of that will face Argentina. Remember, Argentina have never lost in the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup, and whenever they have won the semi-finals, they have often had mixed success. 6-time finalists now. 2 times they have won the title, but 4 times they have lost it, unfortunately. So, Argentina versus whoever will win the France-Morocco game, and is all thanks to Lionel Messi, who, by the way, has now reached 11 goals in the FIFA World Cup. He is 6 behind in overtaking Miroslav Klose's tally of 16. That may never happen, but if Messi can score in the final, then Argentina win the title, then ultimate salvation is there for billions of football fans. A penalty that wasn't? Well, when the opening half saw one contentious issue happen. Livarovic, the keeper, tried to tackle the ball and keep it within play, but unfortunately he had a collision and the Argentine player fell down. Apparently the penalty was given, and despite numerous protests from the Croatian players, the penalty was there and Messi managed to slot it in. Croatia's players were very angry and they said, please give the title to Argentina already. They criticized the Italian referee and the coach of the Croatian team, Mario Mandzukic. He was sent off apparently. That was how heated this penalty became. It remains a contentious issue, but from all angles, if you have to look at it, it is a very 50-50 take on the penalty. But that penalty and the subsequent assists by Lionel Messi to Julian Alvarez ensured that this legend would never win the World Cup. Luka Modric, what a story this has been. He has been the poster boy for Croatia's football, and his exploits in the 2018 World Cup showed that this legend simply was too good at his best. Remember, Modric was one of the players who challenged the Messi-Ronaldo era when it came to the Ballon d'Or, when it came to exploits on the football field. The sight of Luka Modric bowing out without a World Cup title will forever be sad. Remember, he still has one more chance. Croatia will face the loser of the France versus Morocco game in the third place playoff. So that is the last time we'll probably see Luka Modric on the international stage, and once he departs, it will be a glorious end to a glorious career. From being a refugee in the 1992 Bosnian Serb war to attaining these heights, Luka Modric, take a bow. And so we are all set for more action today, the first day of the India-Bangladesh test, but more importantly, France versus Morocco, the semi-final. The winner of that will face Argentina, and if Morocco beat France, it will be considered as one of the biggest upsets in the history of the sport, because France are the defending champions and they have already lost once to an African nation, that was Tunisia. If they lose to Morocco, it will be a massive day in the history of football. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.